Welcome to your Racer X Films preview of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship for 2014. Jason Weege and Steve Matthes here in the beautiful Pulp MX Studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And since we're here in Vegas, take a wild guess. Yes, we're hungover because the Supercross series just wrapped up. We drank as much Monster Energy as we could to celebrate the series and to get enough energy in our system today to do this show. We did it in December for Supercross. We're excited to preview it, and we're going to start right off with some bombshell news. We know Ryan Villopoto is out. So over the next 8 episodes, we are going to preview this championship, 450 and 250, give you all the news, and it's wide open because the fastest motocross rider in national motocross in the United States is out. So this is crazy.
It is. You know, as good as Ryan Dungey, James Stewart, Chad Reed are, there's no doubt without Ryan Villopoto, if he'd lined up, be the heavy series favorite to capture yet another title. With his departure, I think it's wide open, more wide open than ever. Some people think Dungey's going to come back to the pack and not be as dominant as we've seen before. I think I'm one of those.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because 2 years ago, Villopoto did not race the championship after winning it in 2011. He was hurt in 2012, also with a knee injury, and it was expected to be the Dungey-Stewart show, and it was. Then Stewart got hurt, and Dungey dominated. He won every moto, I think?
Nope.
Oh.
There was one in Washougal.
Oh, yes.
One in Washougal.
Yes, the 800. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a beautiful performance. Alessi probably not in for the full series this year, but there are some other riders that weren't there 2 years ago that are. Chad Reed, Trey Canard, Justin Barcia, Ken Roxon, Eli Tomac. So this is going to be a lot different than it was 2 years ago, plus Stu. Maybe we'll go the distance this time and put it to Dungey the whole time. So it should be fun to watch.
Yeah, I really think so. With Villopoto's departure, it's open. I give the slightest to Ryan Dungey right now.
Yep.
James Stewart, ultimate wild card, of course. After that, those kids are coming. They're here. They're going to be factors. And wouldn't be surprised to see one of those dudes step up. And don't forget about Davey Millsap's missed Supercross season coming back for the outdoors. What has he got?
That's why we have to do 8 episodes, because we have to break all this down. There are so many other riders. We need to talk about Grant and Brayton and Weimer and Pike, Phil Nicoletti. There's so many guys that we're going to cover as we break this down, and that's just half of it, because the 250 class is usually more wide open than the 450s. And to give you an idea, normally the storyline is Geico Honda versus Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Sometimes you get the KTM sprinkled in there like you did last year. But oh no. There is a complete wild card, a Joker, a Riddler, an Enigma, a crafty Frenchman. We have no idea how to predict how this will go.
The 377 of Christophe Pourcel is back. Factory Yamaha support on the Valley Yamaha team. If he wins, we'll go, yep. If he gets 5th, 10th, we'll go, yep. If he doesn't show up, pulls off the track, we'll go, yep. This guy, everybody wants to talk about this guy right now going into the series in the 250 class. He is, I had other competitors last night stop me and say, what about Pourcel?
Yeah.
What's he going to do? What's happening? Some people say they saw him out riding, and he's like a unicorn. He's a mythical beast out there. And other times people are like, he's never even been out there.
Yep. No one knows.
The stories are crazy.
Even the fact that you said he's back, we're not even sure if he's back.
Yeah.
We don't even know if he's back.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We don't have any idea. So
he's the Riddler.
And then there are the other traditional powerhouses, like we said, the Kawasaki, the Honda, the KTM guys. Yamaha's got a bit of a revamp here, and a lot of riders coming in with momentum. 2 new Supercross champions crowned with Justin Bogle and Jason Anderson. You can't count them out. And 2 old in the relative old for the 250 class national champs are back as well. And maybe they're the favorites going in because they've done it before.
I think if you're in Vegas. Wait. We are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Vegas, Wilson and Baggett, Dean Wilson, Blake Baggett, of the Monster Pro Circuit team have to be slight. I think they're equal and slight favorites of everybody else because they've done it before.
Yep.
They're in shape. They know what it takes. But both of those guys have big question marks around them. It's not like it's a walk in the park. So color those guys slight favorites, and everybody else, who knows? And Pourcel, who really knows?
Going to be crazy. There are a few things we do know. First, some changes in the championship as far as the tracks go.
Can we have a moment to lament the track?
Yeah, we did lose one track. And, brings a tear to the eye.
We lost the track, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It's right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spirit.
Southwick.
It's gone.
R.I.P. Well, still there, still racing. Not part of the National Series anymore.
I don't even know.
But
yeah. I don't even know. They're figuring all out what is the future of Southwick, but it is not on the national schedule this year.
We have a little piece of it right here. Last year I collected a jar of authentic Southwick sand. It is still in a spaghetti sauce jar. I have intentions to move it to something a little more grand and regal.
For you, spaghetti sauce is probably pretty grand and regal.
Yeah. So, but Southwick, we miss you, but we don't forget you. Right there, Southwick.
What's interesting is I believe Southwick's last wish was to have its ashes spread upon itself. So if we go back you might have to do that. Southwick, one of the traditional tracks in the series, but one of the traditional tracks that's been out for a while is back. We have not raced at Glen Helen in California since 2009, yet it's probably the track that everyone in this sport is more familiar with than any. They're probably riding there tomorrow. Nobody puts in more laps on a track to prepare for the outdoors than the track at Glen Helen.
No doubt about it. Look, MX Sports affiliated with RacerX Online and RacerX Magazine, of course. They help run the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championships, and I'm probably going to get fired for saying this, but
this is episode 1. Be careful.
The move away from Glen Helen hasn't really worked out. Lake Elsinore, Paula. Look, let's not beat around the bush here.
Yeah, you don't have an urn for Elsinore for some reason.
I couldn't break the surface. I couldn't break the surface to get any dirt.
Scooping up this table.
Exactly. But it hasn't worked out as much as everybody would want. I think MX Sports needed Glen Helen. Glen Helen needed MX Sports.
Yep.
They tried to put a GP on.
Yep.
Didn't work out. So they're back together and making sweet music together. Hopefully.
It's like two parents getting back together for the sake of the kids.
It is. It is really, yeah. So they're at the best track in Southern California, and it's opening, which is always used to be the opener.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's the Red Bull Glen Helen National coming up in a few weeks. And an all-new track is replacing the actual Southwick date, a track in Indiana that's kind of taking that Red Bud vibe, which is maybe the best of the entire series. There's a lot of fans in that neck of the woods, and the track is expected to be very similar, in fact, to Red Bud. But although it's new to motocross, it is not new to racing, not new to this industry. In fact, you have some experience yourself.
Yeah, folks. Crawfordsville, Indiana. 2000, rode the GNCC there.
Yeah.
See, that's a 5th place in the industry class. I've touched some knobbies on Crawfordsville track.
Yeah.
Any riders watching this need some advice, need some help?
Yeah.
Line selection, tire selection, anything like that. I can help out. I've been to Crawfordsville. I got a top 5. I got a plaque to prove it.
The canyons, the rock sections, the mud bogs, they're not going to be run.
No.
Don't ask them. Plus, you were riding a 125.
What
advice is that?
I rode a 125 there, folks, believe it or not. But look, I'm excited about this series. And even though this plaque says I've been there, looking at the photos that we've seen,
it's all new.
photos,
yeah.
I don't remember it being that hilly. So I'm excited about that.
You don't remember like hills that are like completely straight up? How do you not remember that?
I remember one hill. In the GNCC, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember the multiple hills that I saw in these photos. Anyways, it looks great. Dirt looks good.
Yep.
Good, huge fan base there to draw from.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this round. Although, Southwick, you're always in our thoughts.
We're going to miss you.
I'm looking forward to Crawfordsville.
Just do a little YouTube search when you're done watching this and type in Ironman GNCC hill climb and then watch quads flipping up and down that stuff. The track is hilly. So that should be interesting. I
don't remember the hills.
Maybe you blocked it out.
Yeah.
Bad memories. With the announcement of the tracks also came another announcement just before the series, and this is ground-shaking, earth-shattering. There will be performance-enhancing drug testing from USADA, the United States Anti-Doping Agency, will be weaved right in with the championship this year. So all the rumors, all the thoughts, all the accusations, this is the same organization that enforces it at the highest level of other sports. They set the penalties. They set the testing protocol. There's no messing around anymore with this. This is impressive.
Yeah, it's a really great job. And as I said, MX Sports probably not too happy with me about the comments about the Southern California round. But this, let me make it up to them right now.
Yeah, get your job back.
This is expensive. This is expensive. This is not easy to do.
Yeah.
This is going to cost the series people some money to be affiliated with USADA. But the teams wanted this. The riders wanted it. John Tomac was a big part of this. Alden Baker's talked about it.
Yep.
People want this in our sport. It's cost them some money, but we've done it. It's there. Fans are going to know. Testing 2 to 3 times a year, I hear. Blood, urine. So it should be something. It's really gonna
and the penalties are very harsh. The penalties are very harsh if you do get caught.
Yeah.
So we'll see if someone gets popped this year. This is a whole new realm for the sport. So there's a lot to talk about. The tracks will be cool. We know the tracks that are still on the schedule, of course, are good, and this drug testing should change things, but really it's all about the riders. So stay with us for future episodes of this preview show, and we'll really break down the riders that will be competing for both the championships in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross in 2014.